Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara, CPA, coming to you live from downtown Flushing, New York, for another amazing episode of How to Win a Business. And I don't have my little banner up there tonight, but if you're watching live, please give me a hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And I found out a couple of hours ago, I think my daughter is in labor. So that's why I'm a little uh, discombobulated right now. But stay tuned, folks. And tonight, what I want to talk about is this: the dreaded 1040 return. This is going to be a short, quick lesson, and I think the issue is that people never really even look at this. Very few people, I believe, actually know what's going on their tax return. Uh, and I get people, clients that are asking me, "Do I sign it? Is it filed?" So let's just try to take some of the mystery out of the 1040 form, because it's really been condensed a lot. And a lot of this is just basic information. So if you look at the top, they want to know what your filing status is. Now, this is important because sometimes people choose the wrong filing status and it hurts them. There's a category called married filing separately, and people misinterpret this uh, because of the way the rules are. It's a little complicated. So if you're married and you think that you should be filing separately, think twice about it. Okay. If you have any questions, I am always available. If you go to timewithjoe.com, any of these issues, any questions, I'd be glad to spend 15, 20, 30, 45 minutes with you to explain to you how this works. Not to get your business. If that happens, that's fine. But really, I'm here to try to educate people on what is going on with their business and their taxes. And right now, we still have until May 17th to file these Form 1040s. And also, another thing that people don't know is even if you filed, okay, you can go back and amend your returns. We do it all the time. When I get clients that had a bad accountant and they messed up, we can fix their returns. So the next section is just basic name, address, blah, blah, blah. Now over here, down after your address, they want to know if you're taking a standard deduction or if you're itemizing. Okay. They also want to know if someone else can claim you as a dependent. Okay, so this stuff is important. So you have to understand the definition of what a dependent is. And there's a couple of rules. I'm not going to go into the details, but I just had a woman ask me. She has a disabled son, and he's 30 years old. He has no income, and for some reason, her accountant told her that she can't take him as a dependent. So that's not true. As long as you have a relationship, there's an income test. You got to have to actually provide more than one half of their support. Nobody else could be able to take it as a dependent. But it's important because I just had a client where I did her return and her father is actually her dependent. So that changed her from being single to being a head of household. And that's up in the top part where it said, all of these filing statuses. So the filing statuses affect your tax bracket. That's what it does, and it affects what your standard deductions are going to be. Over here, you have your dependents, and then basically all of your income. Okay, there's a line item for all of your income. And if you have income that doesn't fit on one of these lines, they have a Schedule 1. So if you look at line 10A, there's a Schedule 1, which is a whole nother tax form. So they basically, the 1040 used to be a lot more complicated. They've eliminated a lot of the stuff that don't apply to most people. So they really have, if you're just a regular wage earner, you don't have you don't have any deductions. It should be fairly simple if you know what your filing status is and what a dependent is. Okay, now we get to page 2. This is the nasty part where they want this is where you figure out your tax. And like I said, we can go to the booklet. So over here we have the 1040 instructions. Okay, and we could actually go to the tax table. Now don't get scared because it looks daunting. It looks like there's a lot. But for me, it's pretty simple. The truth is, as accountants, we enter all of this data into a tax program. Nobody does this stuff by hand anymore. When I started, it was all with a pencil and a paper. Okay, we had to actually look, we had to actually read these instructions and fill out all of these worksheets. Nobody does this anymore. It's all the data is input into a computer program. And that causes a problem. That causes a big problem. Because if you don't know how it's supposed to come out, if you put the data in, how do you know if it's coming out right? And that is why people should not be doing their own tax returns. So we get over here to the taxes, and now we have some credits that you might be eligible for. Now, with COVID, they relaxed a lot of things, and one of them is they raised the child care tax credit. So let's go down now. Line 23, we have the self-employment tax, and I talk about this a lot because that is the tax that sole proprietors pay on their net profits. We don't like that line. Okay, you come up to your total, and now we start accounting for what you've already paid in. And that comes from if you have a job, there's a W-2. If you got unemployment or any other kind of 1099 and there was withholding, including like an IRA, a pension plan. So all of those numbers go here. If you made any estimated payments, they go on line 26. And then we come down to some more credits. Okay, so this year, line 30 is going to be very, very important because if you didn't get one of your checks, you're supposed to be getting it on your tax return. Now, how that's going to work, I don't know because the logistics and the mechanics behind it just don't mesh. I have a feeling that people are going to be looking for their stimulus checks for years. People that just got lost in the shuffle, the check got lost in the mail, and we'll be able to help them. We'll be able to help them track it down. And the bottom line is if you've overpaid, you get a refund. If you haven't, you go on to line 36. Actually, 37. 36 is, no, that you go into, you don't want to be on line 37. Okay, that's where you have to pay. And if you are getting a refund, you can get it directly deposited into your bank account. So that's my story, folks. I'm sticking with it. Joe DiChiara, CPA. If you want to book a chat with me, I'm always available 24/7. I might be booked because my daughter is in labor right now. So God bless. I'll keep you posted tomorrow. Thank you.